Hello, Randy Rain here, and I've got some ForceBots, some PyroBots, LaserBot, and all kinds of bots. Let me explain. This is
Randy Robot Garage.
Alright, so you can kind of forget about the last one down here. This is the light bot. I did a video on it not too long ago. Technically, it's not a Botoy part of this one, but it uses the same insides and the same shell. And this is the Saturn. It is a Botoy, but it uses the same innards and stuff, but that's actually a different one. Now these are kind of all the same. I've already done a video on this one. It doesn't say PyroBot or ForceBot or anything. I don't know. I just call it a ForceBot. And then I've got these 3 silver and 2 gold. And these are one of the first videos I ever did. And then I have this blue one here. And I noticed that this blue one has a screw on the back of its head, where none of the other ones have screws on the back of their head. And that is a little smoke machine. So this one doesn't work. Let's see. It just turns on and spins. No lights come on. I think I might have seen smoke, so I think that might actually work. This seemed to work down here, but nothing else was going on. And then I have a LaserBot, and that's the subject of this video. This video is going to be this LaserBot. Now it has, instead of the screw back here, there's obviously a speaker, and there's obviously a little button down here. So you have a LaserBot. So I'm going to fix this LaserBot, and I'm also going to work on some of these original ForceBots and PyroBots here, because some of the gears inside here are ones I made, and I now have those, so I should put good ones in there. Anyway, I'll fix those up. I'm also going to be selling some of these. I don't need all of these, so I'm going to be selling some of these from this video, and I'm going to be doing this one, and then the next one I'll follow up with whatever. We'll do this one, but first, let's get started with LaserBot. Now, if you feel this robot, and it's plastic, I mean, this is much better plastic than this one is. I mean, this one just feels much just cheaper. And it had to come later. This is a later thing, and I'll show you why I know that. You can also see how it's bent right here. See this part coming up? So when you put the battery door on, it doesn't even go all the way down. Maybe I can fix that. My guess is it had a battery in here, and the battery expanded while this was setting out in some hot shop or in some attic, and it was getting hot. Plastic was getting soft. The battery expanded and pushed it up, because it's higher on this side where it's corroded away. Time to open it up. And then there's these 2 tabs on the side here. You flip them over, and that will come out. And this pops out. There's a screw right here. Ooh, lots of corrosion right there. It's that pretty blue color again. Yeah, there's these 2 tabs here. There's one. Well, I didn't realize it was all this bad, so I guess it's just time to desolder everything. Maybe there's some solder down here I can desolder. Or just break off. That'll work too. And now I'm going to stop right there just for a second at this gearbox and take this one apart now. Okay, so here's the 2 gearboxes. They're the same thing almost, but you can see here there's an impression of a circle around there. That's because they used to be like this, This piece right here was part of inside, and when you took this gearbox, you slipped this off over this thing. On these, to get the gearbox open, you have to pull these things off of here. You have to, where you don't on the other ones. And I can see this one right here is split. Probably not too hard to get this one off. Yeah. Geez, it looks pretty bad in here actually. See, I think this is different. When I open up the other one, I don't think this is the same. I don't even know what this is. Obviously, it's just gearing down for the arms. But what that little section there is, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's just if someone was to try to stop the arms, it slides right there. That's probably what that is. It's just a little safety mechanism. But this pops out. I can tell you now that that gear is split. That gear is splitting. Yep. And they melt these this time. I remember that from some other ones. These things get melted. There we go. So that gear looks fine. That one's fine. This one's a no good. This one is a no good here. It's no good either, I don't think. But I probably have that one. So first up is the gear on the motor. You can see it's split. And that is your rare 9-tooth gear. And so for that gear, I have that gear, but the bore is a little small, so I'm going to have to drill it out. You can see how it's starting to split. And now this gear, that would just be your regular old 10-tooth gear. That needs to be drilled out as well. Alright, there we go. Oh yeah, this one is usually split as well. Oh yes, very much so. Okay, so that gear, you have to get it behind that one. That. And then make sure this gear, it goes underneath, I believe. And then you have, these are just reduction gears. This gear is going to turn this crown gear here. Turns this one, turns this one, turns these. And then there's a little switch back here. It goes like that, I believe. Time to hook 3 volts to it, see what happens. Now I'll show you this one, and you can already see I've replaced this one here. But you can see how much easier this one is. Okay, I think I remember on this one. I think these had the little lip on the gear, which kept this from coming up. That's why I added this piece, because now it would set in here like that, and it wouldn't, this little extra piece here wouldn't allow it to go up, which means that I replaced these already. These are new. I thought these looked new. Down there I have the 8-tooth gear that's right, that has the lip, so this doesn't come out. And this one's backwards because the other one is different. This kept from coming out because this was on top. Now it's on the bottom here. And then this gear, it's a little bit different because there's a, right here is a sound maker as it flicks this. And the gearing down is a little bit different. Okay, so all the gears in here are good. I've replaced these. I don't remember doing that, but I guess I did. I can see this is an original one here, but I replaced this one here. Yeah, I remember now. The PyroBot is the one that works. Batteries. And it has the original little pieces here, except that one. That one might be... No, that's one I made. I made that one. That's original. That's original. These are original. The battery door is actually original. Doesn't stay very well, but it's the original. These I replaced. These are ones that I made. Then there's this one, ForceBot. That's original. That's original. I think all of these are, yeah, these are all original here. I think these are original. This has an original battery door as well. I'm pretty sure I made that terminal there. That's original, but I made this one. I made that. I made another one here. I can see inside here. There's gears that I made. That 8-tooth gear is sliding on there. That's before I knew you could buy 8-tooth gears. Alright, I'll put one of these guys on there. So that gear isn't split, but it's old. It's going to. It's a 9-tooth, and I have 9-tooth again, but it doesn't have that little lip. And you kind of need it. And you can see why this one needs to have a lip on it here. Because if it doesn't, this can slide out. And you can see here's my gear that I made. And so I am going to use that gear for something. Now of course this one had a gear, had the 10-tooth gear that has a lip on it as well. But it's not working very well, so what I'm going to do is just move it down to there, so that when this sets in, it's going to be underneath that ridge right there. This gear's split. Dang it. Okay, so luckily I have that gear. Okay, now back to where I was. I need to see. Alright, now it's back to this one and time to deal with that. I'm using my CLR here. See how much I can salvage of that. Meanwhile, I'm back to here. And these things gotta go on, but this one's broke. But I do have my old mold, but it's not in good shape. Maybe I can get one more out of it. I'm using this onyx. It's the fast stuff. It's gotta go down there into the hole for the peg. Get the air bubbles out. Go ahead and pour the rest into here. Make one of these in case I need it sometime. So while that's soaking and the plastic's curing, let's have a look inside the old LaserBot's head here. A little circuit. And there's a little speaker. It's a pretty nice little speaker. It's not a piezo or anything. It actually has the membrane and everything. See what happens when you put some voltage to it. Okay, it plays a bunch of different stuff. Okay, to make this battery terminal, I'll just have some of my brass, and I just use a pair of scissors. Why scissors and not tin snips? Because I do have a pair of tin snips. This cuts way more accurately. And cleanly. Off camera, I banged a little divot into it. Okay, that's pretty clean. See if my little piece will fit in there. Oh yeah, that looks good. And I have a heat gun. Let's see. And I'm going to try to melt this and put it back. Okay, that's better. That is definitely better. I think this piece got cleaned up good enough. I'm going to give this some sanding down in here, because this has to go right there. Looking over the electronics, this switch, this little button down here, it does the exact same thing as this, because it gets soldered just straight over each side of the switch. So pushing this does the same thing as turning that on. That's kind of lame. But before I get ahead, this is ready. Well, there you have it, a LaserBot, the PyroBot, and the ForceBot, all working at the same time here. Now, the LaserBot, well, I'm going to be keeping this one. This one's going up on the wall. Now, right here you have the PyroBot. It's perfectly working. All the gears have been replaced. Now, the one decoration in the front here has been replaced. The rockets on top have been replaced. But that has a original battery door there. And it works perfectly. But there's also a mint condition ForceBot here. Everything on here is original. All the little decal things on the front and back are original. The rockets on top are original. Everything in the outside is original. The only thing been replaced is the working mechanisms inside, and it works perfectly. So if you're watching this when the video first comes out, these are on eBay. So you go check out the links below, and you can go have a PyroBot or a ForceBot. But you want to see these things working. So here we go. We have the LaserBot. Laser up. So the sound of the LaserBot is not that loud, and you can just barely hear it. And the first sound that it plays is a really good laser sound, so I guess that's kind of maybe pew pew. I mean, that's the only thing I can think that you should use that little button for, because it's the exact same thing as the switch on the back. Anyway, that is the Botoy LaserBot. So if you liked this video and you thought that was interesting, please give me a like. And if you haven't subscribed and you want to see more crazy stuff like this, you can hit the subscribe button. I want to thank these people right here. These are patrons. These are people helping me out, helping out little LaserBots and ForceBots and PyroBots. Anyway, go check out eBay. That was the LaserBot. That was
Randy Robot Garage.
It used to pew pew.